Barbados, get up.
Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today. Today is Friday, the 2nd of January. Guess what? 2026. Yeah, we've had the turn of time, and so we say to all of you, welcome to a brand new year. Best for you for the new year indeed. 2026 is Friday, the 2nd of January. So to those of you watching us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb, thank you. Happy New Year to you as well. And for those of you who have an idea or know of someone whose story has to be told, we'd love for you to tell us about it. You have that little thing that you want us to talk about, tell us by sending us an email. And that email is on your screen. It's morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. So, morning has broken, the sun has risen, and so we are at the start of the second day of 2026. How was your Old Year's night? How was your New Year's day? And what are you hoping for the rest of the year? Have you given thought to it? What did you spend? How did you spend your time at the cusp of the turn of the year in December 31st, last month, in other words? So what did you do? Did you go to church? Did you go to a party? Did you go fireworks watching? Did you go to dinner? Did you go to someone else's house? What did you do? And how did you spend your time? Have you given thought to some of the things that you can do differently for 2026? What have you done? Patricia Ben, good morning to you as well. She says, good morning, everyone. Happy New Year to you, Pat. I hope that you choose to do something different this year from what you've done last year. I know it's easier said than done, but Pat, it's always wonderful having you company. Slender Glenda, good morning to you, Slender. Have a fantastic Friday yourself. Hope you had a lovely turn of the year, and I hope that this year also brings you blessings beyond measure. So Slender, good morning to you. Sweet Rons, good morning to you as well. Happy New Year to you as well. She sends the very same to everyone, everywhere. Fantastic Friday morning greeting. Vereen Walker, good morning as well. Good morning to you too. She says, morning Barbados. David Seals, good morning to you, David Seals. How do you do? Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you so much for remembering me. Have a great today, David Seals, and a wonderful year ahead. So, I was in church. I was in church. As I told you I would have, I did. And so Hawthorne Memorial Methodist Church is where I was, where Reverend Sano delivered quite a sermon. But we had a whole night of fellowship. It was really lovely. It started at 10 o'clock, and then past 12 o'clock we were still going because it was so good. But you know what I quite enjoyed was, while Reverend Sano was full stride in her sermon, someone said to her, it's 12 o'clock. And she just stopped. She says, folks, we are here. 2026 has risen. Happy New Year. Would everybody stand to their feet and give God a sound of praise? And it was really wonderful fellowship. I thoroughly enjoyed my time in church at the start of the year. I don't know what you did to start your year. How did you enjoy your year? Were you there at the seaside watching the fireworks, or on the hillside watching the fireworks, reclining on a blanket doing what? What were you up to? Roosevelt Bacco, good morning to you as well. Have a great morning as well. He says good morning to everybody everywhere. Roosevelt Bacco, good morning to you as well. So, there's a lot to get to today because we've started a brand new year, and so as we tend to do, we tend to sweep the house and the mind out. Pam Smith, morning to you as well. Thank you so much for watching from the United Kingdom. Have yourself a great day. You got to see the start of the year before we did, but such is life. Doesn't matter anyway, because we're all alive, and because we're all alive, we have opportunities galore to make a difference to self and to country, to other people as well. And so, in making that difference, what do you resolve to do? Do you follow your resolutions? Do you actively, intentionally follow your resolutions? Or is this something you just talk and just move on about? Or do you really want to make a change? This morning we'll take a look at that. How do we begin to train our minds and our focus so that we achieve some of the things that we say we want to achieve? And how do we really make this year distinctly different from how last year was? We'll take a look at that this morning. Also, the role of young people in effecting change in our community. What are some of the things that we want to encourage our young people to actively engage in? and to encourage them to actively look around themselves to see what's happening in the community to be able to help where help is required. And we'll end this morning taking a look at dance. I ain't dancing, so don't even look for that. But taking a look at dance, how dance can really lift your spirit. But I want to get started this morning by talking to you, by engaging with you. So give me a call, 228-5562 or 228-5563. I have some questions for you, and I want to see what your mind is, where it is, as it relates to resolutions and change. And I want to start with this question. Let me see if you can answer this particular question. Which New Year resolution is consistently ranked as the most common worldwide? Of all the resolutions you've ever heard before, which New Year's resolution do you think is consistently ranked as the most common worldwide? 228-5562 or 228-5563. I'm sure you've given thought, well, everybody says that. You say that to yourself. Everybody says that. So which is that everyone says that you think is ranked as the most common worldwide? What do you think that is? 228-5562 or 228-5563. Perhaps you too fall within the statistic of those who say the same thing every time. So what do you think is that most commonly ranked resolution that people make every single year? What do you think it is? 228-5562 or 228-5563. So call me now and let me know what you think. Which do you think it is? Which New Year's resolution is consistently ranked as the most common worldwide? Good morning to you, the folks of St. Lucie. Boy, did I have a good time. I mean, it's always wonderful being home. And in being home, you engage once again your spirit with those who matter most. And so that is what it is. That is how it works for me. And so spending time with family and friends is always important. I hope this year you spend time with family and friends as well, because for some reason they're the energy. They truly are the energy you need to start and to keep going, to just keep going and going and going, because there's a reason for being. So which New Year's resolution do you think is consistently ranked as the most common worldwide? 228-5562 or 228-5563. If you don't know, you can say so too. It's okay. Good morning. Hello.
Yes, hi, good morning, person.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. And Happy New Year to you.
Happy to you as well.
Appreciate it. What was December 31st like for you, the night of December 31st? Be careful what you say.
It was nice and quiet.
Oh, nice and quiet. What does that mean? That you stayed at home?
That's correct.
Were you nowhere near to any of the fireworks?
None.
Listen, they were loud. They were loud. All right, fair enough. So, which New Year's resolution do you think is consistently ranked as the most common?
Have a happy and a prosperous New Year.
That's a resolution?
Yeah.
Is that your resolution?
That's correct.
Well, that is not the answer.
Oh, dear.
But that's all right. It's no right or wrong. That's your opinion. That's okay. Thanks a lot for calling, and I wish you well.
Yes, please. You too have a
Thank you, my brother. Have a happy New Year, yes.
Yes.
228-5562 or 228-5563. Which New Year resolution is consistently ranked as the most common worldwide? 228-5562 or 63. There's something that we all tend to say that we intend to do. What do you think that is? A lot of people are saying, that's what they do. And then you say to yourself, are you serious? For real? Or is that just a recitation? What do you think that is? That one that is often made or said by a lot of people, but somehow we tend to fall away from. 228-5562 or 228-5563. They're trying to prompt me to say what mine are. This is about you now. 228-5562 or 63. Which New Year's resolution is consistently ranked as the most common? Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Pearson.
Sweet Rons, good morning.
Yeah, morning. Happy New Year to you and everybody.
Thank you, and the very same to you and yours. What was your December 31st like? I know. Do you want me to tell everyone what I know? You were at Pelican.
Oh, yes.
You wore a black dress with a big long, down your left leg. And you Dance and that street party. You had a good time, didn't you?
Yes, yes. We had a good time, Richard and I. We had a wonderful time out there.
Nice.
It was nice. Yeah, and you know I love to dance.
I know.
And you would have seen my earlier
Yeah, your video,
like,
yes.
I will continue to dance.
Yes. That is good, and it's important to be able to do that indeed, because for you it's more than just exercise, it's just having fun, living your life, isn't it?
Exactly,
Yeah.
and in the meantime, inspiring people, because, Pearson, let me tell you something. When I walk the street, women come up to me and they say, Rhonda, I want some of that energy, but you inspire
Yes, yes. That's
something.
so...
Ladies with cans and everything, they come telling me there, and I said, look, I think this is mine, where God put me there to inspire people, right? And in the meantime, I'm happy. I'm overly happy doing me.
Yes.
And at the same time, helping others.
Yes.
Like how you help us to be who we are today.
Bless you. Thank you, Ron.
Yes. Thank you, Pearson.
You're very welcome. Did you see the fireworks?
Hello?
Did you stick around long enough to see the fireworks?
Yes, yes, yes. We saw them. We went there by the Traverse Way and
right.
saw the fireworks going off.
Nice, nice. How fortunate thou art. But I was even more fortunate than you, I think, to be at Hawthorne Memorial Methodist, having a really good time in fellowship. I thought it was so awesome. But it's not about me. So, Sweet Rons, which New Year's resolution do you think is consistently ranked as the most common?
I know you hear people saying, "I want to have a closer walk with God." That is one that is here.
To have a closer walk with God.
Do more, live more for God during the New Year.
Yeah, they do,
right?
but you know, there are lots of heathens.
Yeah, I know, but the majority, but that's what I'm saying. Like the most Christian-minded person,
Right.
usually say that.
Yeah.
They want to have a closer fellowship and right. So
You're right. You're right on that.
Exercise. You hear people saying, "I'm gonna exercise more."
Which one? Exercise more?
Yeah, exercise more.
So choose one. Which one do you think of those two is the most commonly ranked?
Exercise more.
You sure?
Yeah.
Or a closer walk with God?
Listen, Pearson, you
Don't let me knock you off.
About me here, the 2nd of January.
I'll take your answer. I'll take the second answer because the most commonly ranked one is health and fitness.
Right.
Everyone thinks that's what it takes to go through a brand new year, to have better health and to engage more in fitness and all of those things. And then by the time we finish saying that, we're done.
Ain't God truly went there
We're
for
done
some
with
people.
it.
But Sweet Ron, I
know.
will continue.
I know you
I
shall.
will continue. I started 2 years ago, and I feel good. Pearson,
Nice.
I feel good, and I know I look good too. So
Yes,
I
you do.
gone.
Yes, you do. Thanks, Ross. Have a wonderful year ahead, okay?
Yeah, thank you too. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
for everything.
You're welcome. Thank you too. You too. Do we do another? Yes. Look at this question on your screen now, folks. By which month do most people abandon their New Year's resolutions? By which month? By which month do most people abandon that New Year's resolution? You almost should ask by which day, but I'm asking for you, by which month? By which month do most people abandon their New Year's resolutions? What do you think that month is? 228-5562 or 228-5563. So, closer walk with God. By which month do they abandon that? Healthy and happier. By which month do they abandon that? What do you think that month is? We have 12 months of the year, so you have 12 chances to answer correctly or incorrectly. 228-5562 or 228-5563. By which month do most people abandon their New Year's resolutions? What do you think that is? 228-5562. 228-5563. Perhaps you can use your own self as your barometer for assessing your response to this question. Be honest. Be honest. Say by which month you think that most people, like you, abandon their New Year's resolutions. What do you think that month is? 228-5562 or 63. Morning. Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
How you doing? Fine.
Oh, good. Who's calling?
I'm David.
David, and wait, let me see. David, not, is it Christchurch?
No.
What parish?
St. Michael.
David of
next door to CBC.
All right, David next door. David next door to CBC. So did you have a good old year's into New Year's?
Very much so, yeah.
What did you do on December 31st?
Well, to be honest with you, I had a couple more drinks.
I beg your pardon?
Had a couple more drinks.
You had a couple more.
Drinks.
Oh, David, was that the best way to end your year?
Pardon
Answer
me?
me. Was that the best way to end your year?
I would think so, you know, because my resolution now is I'm not drinking for this year. And the answer on your screen is probably next month, February.
You sure, David?
Of this year to,
So you're saying,
month
are you saying to me that you had resolved
abandon my New Year resolution?
by
I thought
February?
it could be February.
Okay, and that's your position.
Well,
And you
some
think that
some people year it be a month. Some people year it be 12 months.
so David,
Listen,
you listen to me? Do you
Sure.
believe that February is the month by which most people tend to abandon, or is it the month by which David abandons?
well, that month that I probably would abandon.
Okay.
I'm telling you the truth.
And you believe that's fine.
I'm 80 years old. I think I could dance. I could throw my towel and die.
Okay. And you believe that most people are like you?
Not really, you know. I would say about 40%.
Man, no, David, don't stay with 40. You're right. Most people are like you. Most people will say that by February, they're done with that. that gone through the arrows, as we tend to say. So you're absolutely right, David. Don't doubt yourself, my brother. Thank you so much, all right?
Yeah, have a nice day.
Likewise to you, David. Thank you for watching from the Pine. Good man. All right, so folks, we'll take a break right here. When we come back, someone helps us to be able to understand how to set those intentional resolutions and get them done. We'll talk about that right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 20 minutes now after 6 o'clock this 2nd of January 2026. To all of you, life is perhaps beginning anew. For some of you, life is continuing as is. And for a lot of you, you perhaps have not yet stopped for just a moment to determine what your future could look like and then put in place the things to be able to achieve the things you'd like to achieve. We have someone who can help us be able to be realistic in our thinking and our planning. It's not too late, nor is it too early for you to make a difference. And so joining me right now is Natalie Golding, who is a corporate leadership and teamwork coach. She's also a therapist. You, Natalie, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Oftentimes we tend, as you heard, the number one is health and wellness.
Yes.
Everyone sets that as a goal. Why do you think it is important for humans to look ahead and have goals?
Okay, that's a big question. I think that if we have a sight, a direction, it gives us motivation. You know, ultimately, we're here to serve each other. That's why you're here, why I'm here. We have different ways of doing that. You know, yet I think that if we have a sense of why we're doing that, we have a sense of what I believe our highest level is to serve each other. So then the question is, you know, it's a new year. So how am I going to gather that energy, that enthusiasm to be able to serve and to enjoy this beautiful gift of life? So,
I am in so much agreement with you.
Yes,
that
thank you.
Our purpose is to serve others. That's
Yes.
one. But that requires a consciousness
Yes,
and
it does.
awareness.
It does.
There's some who struggle with that
Yes,
awareness.
of
and as a
course.
consequence, they're just wafting their way through life and in search of purpose.
Yes.
For those who are struggling for purpose, what would you give to them as advice to begin to be quiet for just a moment to find that purpose?
Well, I think if you look at life at the base level, you talked about health and fitness as being a number one, because that's a base level. That's our environment. And yes, it's a good place to go, because this is our gift. You know, they say, you know, our body is our temple, you know. So being able to take care of your body puts your physiology in a state where you can have energy and you can have enthusiasm. So if you're looking at wanting to find that purpose in life, yes, the purpose is to take care of this. So if you look at the beginning of a year, you know, you're ending a cycle. It's like you end a month, you end a week, but the end of the year, we're all celebrating Happy New Year because it's the end of a big cycle. So it's an opportunity for you to look at your life and you go, well, how can I improve? Because part of being here and serving each other is this concept of evolution, where we continuously are growing. So you look at your body and you go, well, yeah, that's a good place to start. That's something tangible. So how do you find that motivation? It says, you know what, I want to feel better in my life. So yeah, okay, maybe this year I'm going to set a resolution, a goal perhaps, that I'm going to exercise. I'm going to go walking every morning. So I think that's why that comes up as the number one sort of goal to work towards. And how do you get yourself there when you haven't been exercising? Maybe you've been a couch potato. Maybe you've been sitting back and watching way too many Netflixes, right? Because or scrolling, you know, I mean, just time wasting your life, you know. I mean, learning as well. So how do you do that? I think it's about raising standards. It's about looking at your life and going, yeah, you know what? This is a gift here. It's a limited time. You know, how did I spend my old years? Taking care of my grandson, right? Also taking care of my 90-year-old mother. This is it, guys. You know, there's a beginning and then there's an end, and it's a life in between. And sometimes when you're really young, you don't really understand, but you get older, you understand. You know, so it's about getting that motivation to realize that we have this limited time, you know, and get up, breathe, take a deep breath in, look out, look at the sunrise, see the beginning of a new year's as motivational.
You say the word time, and I'm so glad you went there, because I wanted also to go there. Because oftentimes we mark time based on a calendar that tells us you flip the page and hey, you start again. And we miss we have bumps along the way, and so we break down our resolves and we don't manage them as well. How do you get out of your mind that construct of time so that you really go the journey?
I think success is a journey, not a destination. You know, so therefore, yes, you put goals out there. But you know, even though you put a goal out there, you set an outcome out there. If you are stuck in, okay, I'm going to go for 1 month or 6 weeks, as you said, February was the drop off. By then I have forgotten. The reason why you've forgotten is, okay, a time-based world is a world that is, I think, you know, focused on the future. When I, you know, and you know, I'm clocking towards that. I'm not saying that it isn't important to set procedure, you know, set a week plan and so forth. But I think that when we move away from time, you move into more of what I would call the feminine aspect of valuing the present moment. The only time we have is the time that we have right now speaking. So even though you put a goal out there in the future, if you live your life just focused on the future, you're not in the present moment. And you have this concept that when I get there, life will be better. Really, life is here, where we are, and the concept of appreciating where we are and who we are in the present moment is probably the most important thing that we have to do. So if you just go like, oh no, I have to be there to be happy, then you're living your life in the future. And what will happen is that the critic is going to come in. And the critic is going to come in and go, well, you're not good enough. And the truth is, if you live your life on that triangle of trying to get to the top, even when you get to the top, there'll be another top and there'll be somebody else further up. And so you're always grasping for something and you're never good enough. We have to sit here right now and say, I'm good enough. As I am, even with whatever, 10 pounds heavier, if you go back to that health and fitness goal. And then from there, through loving ourselves and appreciating ourselves, then we can start to target, get down to the fine details. But you have to have this inner purpose of, I'm worth it, and therefore, when I wake up in the morning, you know what, I am going to honor this. So what I eat, what I breathe, what I think, what I do, but this is coming from a higher level. This is coming from a level where you're speaking to your values. People try and make changes in their life at a behavioral level. I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. Yes, you do need to do that. But what's going to get you into February? What's going to get you into February is your identity, your beliefs, your values. You have to be able to say, you know what, I am a healthy person. I honor this gift of this body. I am honoring the gift of life. So your identity, your values, and therefore because of that, I am important, I'm going to do it. So when I get out there and I go walking, I'm doing that for really a reason that is way higher than the 10 pounds. Yeah. The 10 pounds will happen,
You're looking at me, you're probably thinking, why is he smiling?
Tell me why you're smiling. Come on, tell me. I think we're on the same page.
Because you're saying exactly what I'm thinking at the same time as well. And I'm hoping that folks watching are also seeing what we're talking about here.
I hope so.
But being able to qualify and value what we have and who we are to be able to make the next step. For a lot of people, it's extremely difficult because time and space and experiences have shifted their set of values. How do we get people at the beginning of this year now, today, to be able to really give true meaning to the value of who they are?
You have to, there's an affirmation, I love and approve of myself. I love and approve of myself. You see, the approve of myself, that's the tricky part. We live in a world that is, I have 2 triangles, the upright triangle where you're trying to get to the top, and I have the inverted triangle. So the upright triangle is that, even from a very young age, before you go into what I would call the accomplishment, or you have to accomplish. I mean, the 11 plus is a big accomplishment thing, in our society. Before you go to that sort of mind space, you look at a child, they're very happy. They're happy with who they are. They have a lot of energy. I mean, be around a child and you see, they say children, are the gateway to heaven, right? Because they are in the present moment. They're joyous. They love themselves. Nobody has told them that they're too short, they're too thin, they're too whatever. No. But what happens? Then you move into the pyramid of, I have to get 10 out of 10 in my spelling test. I have to please mom and dad. I have to do this. So-and-so is better at reading. And you start comparing. And there is where you start to question, well, am I really good enough? Yes, you are good enough. You're good enough. And the questioning of whether I am not, well, am I, because life experiences might come in and people around you might come in and tell you you're not good enough. And these are the things that hold us back from being all that we can, because you have not only yourself, but you have external feedback in your life that might be saying. So when you're trying to get that enthusiasm, you've got limiting beliefs, you have limiting experiences that are kind of pulling you back. But what you have to do is recognize that, wait a minute, I am good enough. Everything on this planet is good enough. The flower that blooms this morning is good enough.
And you begin then to build a resolve that says, in spite of what little darts are thrown at me, I am good enough, I'm strong enough, I'm able.
And beautiful enough.
And beautiful enough to do.
Able enough capabilities, a level of capabilities. We all have inherent talents. Of course, if you find that inherent talent, if you're blessed to find that, a lot of us go through life looking for that or can't quite. But we all have inherent talents. And in that inherent talent, you find, this is my gift in life. This is my service in life. And it doesn't have to be anything big. It's just taking whatever you're doing every day and bringing your own little spark to it. We all bring something to it. So, loving yourself, allowing yourself to be who you are, you know, that gives you the freedom to take off all the baggage of judgment that might be external or internal. And the internal ones are the one that you have to do self-awareness on, right?
Yes, yes.
So all of that, I mean, what we're talking about here is this is not an easy thing. Yeah, this is why it drops off in February.
Precisely.
Right?
Because, and you're right, the resolve within.
Yes.
Because it's a conscience that we live with,
Yes.
and we sleep with, and we
Yes.
walk with, and all of that traps us at times.
Yes.
And it helps us to be able to truly define who we are if we're not careful to manage that very carefully.
Yes.
And you said something I thought was really interesting as well, because oftentimes we think what we're actually giving out is not good enough. It's too small. It's not
Yes.
worthwhile.
Yes.
It's insignificant. And that's not the best way. That's actually, that small little space is the best ways to start.
Yeah, well, I think this, you know, back to this model, right, which is the I model. This is the we model, right? The I model it's about me, I. So you tend to be in a more of a comparative state. You're comparing yourself. Well, unfortunately, we don't compare down, we compare up. So therefore you're like, oh, well, I'm not quite there. I'm never quite there. You know, if I'm going to play football, oh, you're going to be the next Arsenal pro. There's nothing wrong with having these intentions. Yet at the same time, you know, you want to be able to, maybe I like how swimmers approach swimming. They compare themselves to their time. You know, not to who is in the lane next door. You know, so it's about improving yourself, but from a place of self-love, of a place of just wanting to experience more in your life. So, you know, it's to get away. Okay, we all for competition, yet competition in itself can pull you back from being the best you, because you're saying, oh, but you know, I'm never quite going to be there, or you know, I'm not good enough unless I have this, or I've done that, or I've, you know, and these external markers. So I go to the upside down triangle. That's where it's at, because the upside down triangle is the yin aspect of we. You know, that we are here. It's not about I. It's not about how fast I am. It's about what am I bringing. And when you start to come from that level and just love yourself and why you are here, then I think you can relax. I think most of us are stressed. Most of us are in our sympathetic nervous system trying to get to the top, you know, exhausted by trying to get to the top and maybe not thinking about others along the way. The we concept is you get to the top, I get to the top, the planet gets to the top, everybody gets to the top. We're happy, we're joyful, we're codependent, we are cooperative, we're collaborative. You know, and this is when I work in organizations, because as much as you put private life, professional life, it has to be the entire. When I work in organizations, it's the same thing. People are coming to work. They want to be able to see that their job is a collaborative. Not a I, me, getting to the me, my, more, and mine concept, right?
You're so right. And so you ask yourself, folks, but how do we do this? How do we start? We'll talk about that in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So we're 24 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock. We're talking about you. We're talking with you. We're working this out with you as well. How do we use the time we have to be better as self and then how do we all together benefit from what each of us has to offer to the overall goal? But how do we start? I know you're asking yourself, because you feel this. You feel as though you are hearing what Natalie is saying, and you're thinking, but I want to take that action from today. How do I begin to do so? Natalie, how do we begin to do so?
Right. So, well, like I said, you know, even affirmation, you look in the mirror, I love and approve of myself. That I'm starting there, okay? And then it is, you know, being able to ask, you see, there's a concept of asking yourself the right questions in your mind to get you moving. Well, without a doubt, your motion creates your emotion.
Yes.
So if you want to sort of kickstart the year or kickstart the day, there's no question about it that physical movement will change your state of mind. So the first step I would say, and physical movement, let's just take it down to the first basic concept of physical movement, breath.
Yes.
Get up in the morning, take a deep breath. Let's do that right now. Breathe in. And then out through the mouth. You see, out through the mouth, that's release. All the tension, all the whatever, 3 o'clock in the morning, up going ba, 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 ba in your mind. Not getting the physical rest, because you need energy in life. And you have to, so this is concept of self-awareness. But at the same time, if you want to get down to the sort of basic things, then you got to face, what can you do to help your physiology? So take a deep breath, like right now, breathe in. Everybody, you, breathe in. Out through the mouth. Why out through the mouth? Out through the mouth just takes your entire nervous system. So all that tension, just simple breath, folks. You're at your desk. How am I going to feel more energized and happy in my life and moving towards my goal? Breathe. Right now, deep breath. The breath is the inhalation of energy. The exhalation is the let go. So my son, when I asked about motivation with goals, and he said, you know, set your goals. When I asked my mother, 90, she said, let go. Look at the beauty of that.
Wow.
So what is the exhalation? Let go. Let go of your pains. Let go of your... It could be a physical pain. It could be a back pain. It could be a mental pain. It could be problems surrounding you. And breathe in the air. Breathe in the gift of life. And then from there, my invitation to you is to get moving. Now, that might be that you're going to just stand up right now. Stand up. Stretch. Move your body. Shake it out. You know, and then you go, oh yeah, no, I'm feeling a little better. Well, maybe I could go for a little walk down the street. Heck, you know, wear those, do I still have those running shoes? And if not, pick up some slippers, whatever. Get out there, walk outside, look at the trees, and let's keep some trees on this planet, on this island, because we're going concrete. We got to stop that. Get out there, look, listen to the birds, walk. Just a little bit.
Do something.
Do something. Instead of going, oh no, I got to do 3 kilometers, I got to do 10 kilometers. Oh no, I got to do half a marathon. You know?
Yeah. Okay. In other words, be very intentional and specific in what
that's
you're
my
doing.
son. That was my son.
Yes.
Be specific. Come on, set a goal. You're going to go 15 minutes. My mother?
Just let go.
Let go. Isn't that beautiful?
Time has no
It's called
boundary.
the polarity of life, and we have to learn to manage that. Because if you get too much in the, you know, I got to set goals, I got to set this, I got to do this, I got to do this, you put pressure on yourself.
Nothing gets done.
Well, not only that, if it doesn't get done according to what you put down on that piece of paper, you sort of feel like, oh my God, there I go, I failed again.
I failed
Oh God,
Yep.
I failed again. I let myself down. You see, you can't stick to anything and blah, 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 blah. And then you start beating yourself up. No, you don't. But you have to do that too. And then you have to also let go. And the let go gives you the space to be still, to be calm, to enjoy the birds, to go for your walk and not necessarily be listening only on, you know, what's the next track, what's the next strategy for success, but also the simple things, you know.
But life is complex.
It is, it's a balance.
And it's complex based upon spaces as well.
Yes.
Work,
Yes.
home, relationships, people, everything. It's all of that.
Yes.
How do we balance all of that so that we can breathe, one, and stay true to sense of purpose? Because work in itself for a lot of people is a difficult space to be in.
Well, you know, this is my main work, is that I work in organizations because Let's face it, guys. I mean, as far as relationships go, you can have a relationship with somebody and you go, well, you know, we had a good time. I think maybe, you know, roads will part here because, you know, it's not working anymore. And it might have been causing conflict. It might have been causing stress in your life. But you could say, you know, goodbye, thank you very much, right? Move on. Work is a different thing. Work is your profession. This is your livelihood. It's not that you can just go, oh my gosh, you know what? I don't like my work anymore. I'm done. I fire into work. You have to go to work. And there will be people that are there in your work. And you see, I'm a relational intelligence coach. I am going to speak about the importance of having rapport. First with yourself, which is what we were talking about, right? And then with others. When you go to work, it now involves others. It's not just a task. A lot of people think work is a task. You just do the task. They're not realizing that people are part of the task. If you don't have good relationships at work, you're going to have conflict, you're going to have stress, and all of that is going to affect whether your goals are going to happen or not happen, because you're not going to be switched on, you're going to be feeling negative, you're not going to be engaged. So work is so crucially important in attaining not only organizational goals or professional goals, but personal goals. So at work, you know, you have to be able to maintain relationships with people who you may not want to be in a relationship with. And there is a lesson in life, because the upside down triangle is the we. This is the I. This is what I want. But the we is that here I am in a group, and maybe there are some people that I am not getting along with. But the lesson for us is to learn how to get along and to understand the different perspectives that everybody brings to the workplace. And that, it's not easy, but it is why we're there. That is why we're there. So in the workplace, when we come in, and I hope for you all, do it. Because I've been in organizations that people, they're in the same office. What, 15 years and not talking to each other? What kind of environment is that you're putting your body in every day? No. Well, I'm not talking to that person because this, and the past, and this, and I go, hello. You want to be happy? You want to be healthy? You want to have a life that you can say you've enjoyed? Well, then start cleaning up your relationships. Start looking to not only love myself, but to love others, and love who has been placed in that office with you, because they've been placed in there for a reason. So part of my work in organizations is about respecting each other, and this is the upside down triangle that is coming in, right? The whole concept of diversity, inclusion, equality. You know, this is what the youth is bringing in. They've been judged, the millennials and the young. Say, oh my gosh, but what they're basically saying is respect all. That's the upside down triangle. So to me, you know, work is an opportunity, it is an environment. It is an environment that you got to walk into every day. And how you behave, yes, be switched on, go and walk. You know, the lady that was on the last talk, you know, I could see that she looks at life from a sense of gratitude. Beautiful. Walk in with that and be grateful. You know, gratitude is probably one of the most important things to work towards, say, goals.
Yes.
You know, start from gratitude. Gratitude that we are sitting here right now breathing. Gratitude that you have a job. Gratitude even for the people who are challenging you. You know, try and go like, what's going on in their life? Try and step into their shoes. Try and go into the we a little bit in our lives. There's so much, you know, so much I think that we create this I. You know, I. This is what I want. This is who I am. I'm important. We are important. You know, nobody goes out of their way to be intentionally, you know, difficult or bad. You know, there are reasons why people do what they do, right? Let's have a little compassion, right?
Then we're not down and we have to get back up again.
We got to get back up.
That's for a lot of people, though, it's a very difficult thing to do, because you feel, again, judged, valued differently, and hurt.
Yes.
And that pain sometimes can cause you to just want to lie down, walk away from all of those things.
That's right. And I'm going to tell you, those drop downs, those hard times, you know, it sounds so cliche, right? But that's what builds you. You know, this concept of positive thinking, you know, oh, everything's possible, it's a great world, it's a great world. Yes, it is a great world. A part of it, because of the polarity of life is going to go up and it's going to go down, and that's how you look at nature, right? Look at even the seasons.
Yes.
You know, there's life, there's birth, there's spring, there's summer, there's fall, there's winter. You know, oh, I don't want winter, I don't want old age, I don't want sickness, I don't want this, hello. This is life. So when you are in the down, sometimes that is the richest. You know, they say the dark night of the soul.
Yes.
You know, this is a time when you have to go in and you have to find your truth. And when you come out and you've been in that vulnerable place, and when somebody tells you, I can't do this, instead of just going positive thinking, of course you can do it. Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. Sometimes you got to sit down next to that person, hold their hand and go, jeez, man, I can't even tell you I know how you feel.
Yeah.
But I can just stand here and sit here next to you, hold your hand and tell you I love you, no matter what. And when you tell you can't, it's okay. You can't, it's okay. I got you, brother, I got you, sister. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so we have to, and sometimes it's hard to get there if you haven't been there.
Yes.
If you haven't been knocked down, it's very easy for you to just stand up there with the youth and go, well, of course you can count it. Yes, you can do it. Overcome your obstacles, push through. But you got to get down there every now and then in life. And when you get down, then you know what it feels like to be humble. You know what it feels like to be weak. You know what it feels like to feel like, I don't even know if I can get past the next hour. Then when somebody comes to you, you sit there with empathy and compassion and love. What do you think?
Breathe, everybody.
Breathe, right?
Because I know you're thinking to yourself, I hear you, Natalie.
Yes.
Because I can't stand that. I can't
That's
stand,
right.
say like a bitch, I can't stand she. I
That's
can't
right.
stand
That's right.
And so,
Yes.
when you breathe and you get past and you see the we and see that that's just another human being.
And it's not just another. That is us. We are one.
Yes.
That is who I am. They are me. I am them. You see, you change your identity. This is the I identity. This is the we identity. So when somebody is suffering, they are part of you. They would not be in your life if they weren't part of you. You know?
Right.
And as difficult as that is, because I know people have been hurt, you know, in very, very deep ways. You know, and then we talk about forgiveness. But it's not about shame. It's not about judgment. You know, it's about humility.
Yeah. And a lot of you've been talking about with us so far, it has no boundary of time, really,
No,
at the end of it.
there's no
no time that says within the next 12 months, XYZ must happen. It's a journey. It's a journey of change. And so as we consider now at the beginning of this year, what we call resolutions.
Yes.
And we set ourselves these targets and these goals. We're saying, no, dispel yourself of that.
Yeah.
Focus on why, your purpose.
That's right.
And the purpose for others around you as well. And if you just simply do that moment by moment, day by day, and live in the present,
Absolutely.
then everything that you want to achieve is achievable.
And then there is, yes, I agree with you. And then, you see, this is a polarity. So there's the present moment, and then there is, yes, put a carrot out there. You know, put a focus out there. Give your mind something, because the mind is a very tricky thing.
Yes, it is.
It's going all over the place. So if you kind of say, no, I'm going to bring this mind in, I'm going to give it a focus. I'm going to give it a direction, you know. So then you have something that kind of, when the brain wants to go off, so there's this balance of being in the present moment and then also being able to understand, to utilize your mind to be able to go, yeah, I'm going to put a target there. I'm going to have an intention. Energy follows attention. So if you have an intention, you know, that this, I want to be fit, you know. So therefore you start the track, you let go, you love yourself, and then you set it out there and you start moving towards it. And if you're not getting where you want to go, now we talk about capabilities. Then you look at, who can I ask? You see, for me, I work in organizations to come in to teach how to communicate properly, how to manage your mind. This is not something that you just get. You know, there is a science behind it. So the science behind exercising. If you go to a personal trainer, they've studied that. They'll help you. So we're looking for, give it to me all. But we're talking about a very big thing here. And the first step is you, as you just said, having that purpose, loving yourself, being in the present moment, and then also tracking yourself on the right side, which is the more masculine side of, you know, setting up a goal, setting up a procedure, setting up a plan, you know, and getting people around you who know what they're talking about as well, right? Getting the advice in the direction that will help you to get there and so forth. So it's a beautiful balance.
I love the concept of change. Change requires, if you want to change, you need to shift where you are.
Yes.
You can't stay where you are in hoping that you'll get to where you want to be.
No.
Change requires you to change your circumstances and move from where you are. So surrounding yourself with those who can help you achieve is important. It doesn't mean being selfish. I don't think it means or being a user. And that's the thing I think we should all resolve ourselves in this year not to do, to use people.
Yes.
But to encourage people to work together with us.
Yeah, collaboration instead of competition. Using people is like, I'm trying to get here, and it's the old-fashioned way of looking at business. Well, it's business, so I'll just drop all my values aside, So it's, we are here together, and you talk about change. Change. The only thing about change is you cannot not change.
Precisely.
You see?
Precisely. I want you to look at the screen here. You see, one of our commentators said this conversation is so powerful.
Ooh,
wow.
Yes. Woo.
Bako, thank you so very much indeed.
I love it.
And that's what it's about, a shift in self.
Yes.
When we set about to resolve to do different things, yes, we can say we want to build muscles this time around. By March, I want to be competing in whatever.
That's right.
Or we can set those kinds of goals for ourselves. But when you stop for just a moment to fix you, I think that's your biggest resolve to be able to do this year.
Yeah.
That's one big thing to be able to do. That's my big thing. What would be you for your big thing for us to be able to do this year, Natalie? Okay.
Well, first of all, there's so many ways of looking at things. I think of things like carrots and sticks, right? So carrots is, if you imagine the donkey, you want the donkey to move. Is it going to move towards a carrot? Or is it like, oh my gosh, I don't want to get that whip? And the whip is sort of like, okay, what's the cost I'm going to pay in my life if I don't, as you said, fix myself, if I don't, get better, and both work very well. In fact, a lot of people get into exercise programs because they go to the doctor and they say, if you don't start doing this, and you go, oh, you see this future of drugs, heart attack, stroke, blind, I better wear those shoes, and you're motivated by pain. Now, motivation by pain, yes, yet motivation by pain is a heavy motivation. It's a fearful motivation. So you use it if you need to. Of course, we use it, right? That's how you motivate people sometimes. But the carrot one, that one is much more uplifting. This one is not, I don't have to fix myself. I love myself. I love myself so much that I am going to, make use of this limited time I have in my life to grow. And part of that growth is to, okay, I'm going to look at my fitness. Okay, this year, I'm going to choose foods that are live, real foods, foods that have come from Mother Nature. Okay, now I'm going to look at the food and my body. Yeah, this body, if I don't move it, it doesn't have energy. So I'm going to look at walking, at exercising, and maybe the body is a bigger chunk on your foundation, so then you might, look at fitness at another level. But you look at your relationships, you look at your spiritual life, you look at your family and your friends and all these foundations in life that all require attention, but all bring a foundation that no matter what happens in your life becomes full because you're valuing. It's back to that we.
Yes.
Right? But I put other things underneath that we as well.
Natalie Golding, boy, you've been powerful, as Bako said indeed. But I thank you so much again for inspiring us at the start of this year to really begin to look at the self and the we at the same time and to realize that life has both sides. Plan it, sometimes you just got to give it up. Take a breath between all of that and live your life to the best that you can. Thank you so very much indeed for joining us.
It's been indeed a pleasure.
Natalie Golding, a corporate leadership and teamwork coach and a therapist who helped us begin to think differently. And I'm hoping that in thinking differently that you begin now to really consciously look at what it is that you can intentionally do to become a better you, to create a better space within which you live and work, and to become a better member of this society as we all work together to make the change we're all hoping to achieve. We're coming back with more in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what myths?
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Well, there were many spectacular ways in which the world marked the change of a year, and so we want to show you how across the world others celebrated the beginning of 2026. Take a look.
3, 2, 1, Happy New Year!
The iconic ball dropped at midnight in Times Square, with more than 1 million people gathering in New York City to ring in 2026. The most watched celebration of the night, amid enhanced security with law enforcement using artificial intelligence surveillance of the crowd. Minutes later, a surprise second celebration in honor of America's 250th birthday. The ball was then relit in patriotic colors with red, white, and blue confetti released. There's a second ball drop planned for July 4th. Soon after, Chicago marked the start of 2026 with celebrations along the Riverwalk. Around the globe, crowds counted down the clock on the Sky Tower in Auckland as New Zealand became one of the first countries to reach 2026. In Australia, fireworks over the famous Sydney Harbour Bridge. Law enforcement presence was ramped up in Sydney in the wake of this month's mass shooting at a Hanukkah celebration at Bondi Beach. To Rio, where revelers gathered for Brazil's main New Year's Eve bash at Copacabana Beach. In London, Big Ben chimed at midnight celebrating 2026 with fireworks over the River Thames. And in France, fireworks lit up the sky at midnight over the Arc de Triomphe. Meantime, President Trump and First Lady Melania celebrated the new year with a party at Mar-a-Lago. He ignored questions from reporters about the possibility of U.S. boots on the ground in Ukraine. The only question Trump did answer, what his New Year's resolution was. Here in New York City, this was one of the coldest ball drops in recent years.
Well, that's just a look at some of the activity around the world indeed. So you got a snapshot of how other people marked the change of the year. We'll take a break, and then news is next.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's look at the news now. Barbados is set to roll out an updated Barbados Economic Recovery and Transformation Program. Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley says BERT 3 is part of government's efforts to fortify the country's economic foundation. She says it's coming after the successful completion of BERT 1 and 2, as well as the Extended Fund Facility Program with the International Monetary Fund. Prime Minister Motley is insisting that the country has to strengthen its fiscal position, though it is in a healthy state following the completion of the IMF programs, which left greater policy space and confidence in the Barbados economy. The Prime Minister spoke to the new economic program during her New Year's message.
We will now be introducing BERT 3.0 to enhance our competitiveness as a nation, as we know that visitors and investors have choices. And as a small open economy, we cannot survive or thrive on our own resources alone. In these uncertain and challenging times internationally, as I've said before many times, we will seek to keep the IMF on speed dial. But we will equally be resting, as I said, on BERT 3.0.
Prime Minister says Barbados' economy is being further boosted by a vibrant tourism industry with major construction and expansion of hotel plants coming.
I've been told that there's never been more tourism construction at any one time in this country's history. As it relates to airlift, this too is showing that momentum. The Grantley Adams International Airport recently recorded its busiest commercial day, with 22 wide-body flights and close to 10,000 people moving through it in a single day. And we have seen milestones like 54 flights in one day. And let us remember, every extra flight means more jobs and more opportunity for Barbadians.
The Barbados Private Sector Association expects business to continue adapting and refining their processes and procedures to address regulatory changes and cybersecurity challenges. That observation was made by their chairman, James Clark, in their outlook for 2026. The association will also monitor the impact of the minimum wage increase and the rate of inflation on the ability of businesses to operate successfully, along with any effects of the cost of living.
The BPSA joins with the government and all stakeholders in pursuing programs and initiatives that focus on reducing criminal activity, especially gun-related crime, addressing the misuse or abuse of drugs, tackling non-communicable diseases and their impact on people, families and healthcare, and improving people's mental health and wellness. The private sector is encouraged, therefore, to treat with the highest importance all opportunities to be good corporate social partners and to be highly engaged with social development programs, especially those to assist positive youth development. May the new year be embraced with renewed energy, purpose and confidence as we work together to build a more resilient, inclusive and prosperous Barbados.
Well, it was a night filled with color, culture and celebration as Barbadians and visitors alike found creative ways to bring in the new year. From fireworks to dancing and games, Old Year's Night was marked with excitement around the island. Our cameras captured the moments as the countdown to 2026 began, and we get more now in this report.
Fireworks lit up the sky, music filled the air, and laughter echoed across communities as Barbadians and tourists came together to say goodbye to the old year and welcome the new. At Bougainvillea, patrons gathered early, securing their spots as anticipation built toward the final moments of 2025. As the clock ticked down, all eyes were fixed on the countdown, and when midnight struck, cheers erupted.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In Spice Town, the celebrations continued, with many sharing not just the moment, but their hopes and plans for the year ahead. Carlisle Cumberbatch says for 2026, it's all about family.
wish everybody best for the new year. And I hope for the new year to spend some more time with my family and such like, and not to work too hard.
Visitors to the island were also caught up in the festivities, many taking time to extend New Year wishes to Barbadians.
And we're here in Barbados for the fourth time, and we love it. And we shall be back again. And I wish everyone in Barbados a very happy New Year and health and wealth in 2026.
Members of the Garden Seventh-day Adventist Church also gathered in the north following their sundown service and waited patiently to view the fireworks. And as the celebrations came to a close, reflection took center stage, with some already setting intentions for the months ahead.
My New Year resolution is, have fun, work hard, save your money. Yeah, good health, good wealth.
My plans for the new year, just to enjoy life and live my life to the fullest and pass my classes.
My resolution is to be healthy and to come back again.
As 2026 begins, the spirit of hope, celebration and togetherness remains strong. A reminder that no matter how the year unfolds, Barbadians and visitors alike know how to welcome new beginnings. Deanne Roberts, CBC News.
Well, the Barbados Workers Union says recent improvements in labor policy are the results of organized pressure, not goodwill. In a New Year's message, General Secretary Tony Moore outlined key gains for workers, including minimum wage increases.
In 2025, we were reminded under the union's Bet Who Bet You campaign that progress is never gifted. Progress is organized. It is negotiated. It is demanded. We saw a major movement on worker-centered policy. Among other things, we saw expanded family leave, paid paternity leave, stronger protection for women in maternity, increased minimum wage, increase in the tax-free allowance for union membership. These are not all, but are a few. And they're not abstract reforms. There are real improvements in the lives of mothers, fathers, and families.
Ms. Moore says while these changes are improving lives, wages must move beyond survival.
A minimum wage must reflect a living wage, and decent wages must be matched by decent hours, not exhaustion and exploitation. Now turning to accountability. Let me be clear. Accountability is not theater. It is stewardship. And the Barbados Workers Union will continue to call out companies where there are issues of accountability.
Island Tourism Association says tourism workers remain at the center of the industry's success. Their chairman, Javon Griffith, says despite many challenges over the past year, the workers have not just delivered, but have maintained the high standards that the industry requires.
At the heart of every tourism success story are our people. In 2025, tourism workers across Barbados continue to deliver with professionalism, warmth, and pride, often under challenging circumstances. Labor shortages, rising living costs, and increased demands tested the industry, yet service standards remained high. Many operators invested deliberately in training, mentorship, and staff development, recognizing that people are not only our greatest asset, but our most powerful competitive advantage.
Griffith went on to say that future wage discussions must also consider business sustainability. He also highlighted some of the challenges that the industry has had to grapple with.
Sustainable wages requires sustainable businesses. While 2025 brought notable wins, it also highlighted persistent challenges, rising energy costs, insurance premiums, supply chain pressures, and infrastructure constraints continue to erode margins. Climate-related impacts served as a reminder of our vulnerability as a small island state.
Look at the news until now. We'll have more news coming up on TV8 at 12 noon. Morning Barbados is back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. you.
The Mornin Barbados news is brought to you by Jordan Supermarkets Spend and Eat 2025 competition.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, 12 minutes after 7 o'clock. It's Friday, the 2nd of January, 2026. And so we also want to look at the contribution of the young people to our society. They are a critical factor within the construct of how our society operates. And we're happy to reach out this morning to the president of the Barbados Youth Development Trust, Barbados Youth Development Council, in himself, Caleb Brathwaite. Mr. Brathwaite, good morning.
For having me.
You're very welcome indeed, and thank you for joining us indeed. How was the start of your new year for you?
It has been going good. I'm looking forward for 2026 to be bigger and better than 2025 for me.
Let's reflect on 2025 then. How was that for you in terms of the work that you do with the Barbados Youth Development Council?
Certainly. For 2025, what the Barbados Youth Development Council would have done is that we would have sought to build on 2024. So in 2024, we would have launched our National Youth Leadership Training Program.
Your National
Youth Leadership Training Program. And that is basically a way to certify young people in youth leadership, give them the tools to go in the communities, go to the school, to really go across the world and to really become youth leaders. Now, this program was backed by the Commonwealth. It was actually a part of the Commonwealth Youth Academy and through the Commonwealth Youth Council. And we would have also received some local support from the National Transformation Initiative, adding that local touch. And what we would have done is we would have trained over 50 young people in 2024. We came back and did that again in 2025. And we have young people certified in youth leadership according to Commonwealth Youth status. What we would have also done for 2025 too is that we would have quietly assisted young people. We would have assisted young people with some employment. We did some internships. We would have worked with corporate Barbados and government entities to provide paid internships for young people. That's something that we are very passionate about, paid internship, because sometimes, internships, you come and you just do it in terms of free labor. But if a company or entity has the ability to pay young people for their services, give them little something. You still have to get to or from that location. You still have to get something to eat or drink and have even a little bit of change to get something for themselves. What we would have also done in 2025 is that we would have looked at how we could best support our member organizations, because not only are we the National Youth Council of Barbados, we are also the umbrella organization for youth groups. So you recognize that some of the challenges that young people face, really and truly, when you really look at it, is that back years ago, if you really sit down and listen to the stories of our elders or people who would have gone before us, is that they were part of some sort of club, whether it be in football, they're part of some sort of service organization. And what you recognize is that these organizations help instill discipline. You get to learn about values and certain things, that how to be able to operate. And you learn it from your peers, and you learn it from people that are older than you. And what you recognize in society is that actually happening now is that young people being a part of those youth groups that would have allowed them to grow in many ways, that is dwindling. So there's a couple of things that we were able to accomplish.
That is dwindling concerns me. What concerns you about that statement alone, and what are you doing to be able to arrest that?
Certainly. I always look at it, so we look at some of the challenges we're facing, so we understand that just yesterday, we see a 16, 17, I think 18-year-old charged with murder. You know, these things that are happening are rather new to the Barbadian landscape. Really and truly, what we are seeing in society is, I term it as a lack of proper parenting. You understand? Even though you may not have gotten your proper parenting from your parent, you had a grandmother who was, you know, that would be able to instill certain values, or someone older in society. That doesn't really happen now. You know, you can't go and tell nobody child to go and do something because you know they're going home for the mother, and mother going to come out and keep noise, those sort of things. And what needs to happen is that you need to get young people back into those organizations, as I said, that can instill discipline. Whether it be the cadets, the Girl Guides, you have youth organizations that focus on environment, technology. There's something for young people to do based on their particular interests. And that these organizations have the instill structure, because you know sometimes you have to go somewhere, you have to get up a certain time, if not the bus miss you. You get to do some sort of training that helps with your personal development. You have that discipline. And one of the things that the Youth Council would have championed last year is making it compulsory for young people, school age, young people, those in secondary school and those in primary school, to be part of youth group, because we recognize that it's ever so important to their personal development and to the development of Barbados.
We can all want to be a part of a group, but if the programs of the group don't attract us, then we have a problem. How do you set about to help those groups which are part of the council be adaptable to the current times and the needs of those who they want to attract?
Quite certainly. As you will imagine, that with time everything has to evolve and to meet the times or the changing demands of the society, the particular time it is. And really and truly is that, you know, what would have worked a couple of years ago would not work now. But of course, the youth groups under the Youth Council, what you will see is that they're run by people that are my age. See, I'm just 23 years old, so that we have some sort of level of understanding of what young people need, you know. And as I would have pointed out earlier, is that we have youth groups to tailor to every single body interest. We have football, we have ones that cater to sports, we have one that cater to leadership. If you wanted to get into politics, there are political youth organizations, even separate and distinct from those, the main political parties, is youth parliament, that allow you to be able to, you know, still get that and don't go into in terms of the political arena. There are youth groups that the Caribbean Youth Environment Network, there's Junior Chambers International that deals with leadership, there's I Am a Girl, and there are other interests. So that to say that there may not be a program to fit you is that they are not looking or being pushed in the right direction.
So fix that now. You're either not looking or not being pushed in the right direction. So if I don't know, I don't know.
Correct.
If I'm not being pushed or I'm not looking, I'm not being pushed, I'm not looking.
Yes.
How do you get into my eyes and my ears so that I'm aware to be able to do so? Because a lot of times, a lot of young people, I was young once too, I know it sounds like a generation away for you, where if you're not keen, you just ain't keen. And you could talk to you're tired. I'm just not keen. But until you give me a reason to be keen about it, I'm not going to make a move.
Certainly. So that part of the promotion and marketing efforts of what your group has to offer is so essential. And at the work of the council, what we always try our best to do is to be able to highlight our membership, highlight what youth groups are doing, and to show young people that there's something out there for them. We do it as a council to support our members, and our members do it individually by themselves. Whether it be in terms of social media or the traditional media, we try to get out there and do that. One of the things for 2026, however, is that we really want to launch a jingle to get young people really back in terms of the youth movement and youth development. We're going to be looking to actually do a roadshow, looking at how we could be able to meet young people, fellow young people where they are, and to get them back into the youth groups, because youth groups support them and they also support the country too as well.
When we started talking, you expressed concern about the number of young people showing up in court for different offenses. What else are you seeing in society that cause you pause and cause you great concern as president of the Barbados Youth Development Council?
Quite certainly. I was actually even made aware that yesterday, in terms of mental health, a lot of young people are taking some antidepressant drugs, and that has been was actually concerning for me when I hear that. You know, mental health is really now on the front burner. You're seeing what was a taboo subject now is ever so important. And what I find in young people is that, you know, sometimes you know you might be going through it, and then you still actually have to go to work or go and do something, and that I believe strongly that you shouldn't have to use a sick day for that. And I hope with the government's establishment to the Mental Health Commission is that we can have those mental health days and to help support people who may be struggling with mental health and they don't have to use that particular sick day. And people may say, well, you never had it before. Society changed, and there's a need for it now.
What do you see to be the drivers of that change, though? There must be some underlying something going on that would cause people to either want to reach for a substance or reach to take life or find themselves doing something crazy to find themselves before a judge. What do you think of those things deep down that the society is not fixing?
I think that the generation of today are not, I would say we are not able to really, in terms of coping methods, you know, sometimes you know that, you know, when you're stressed to do those sort of things. I wouldn't say that there's a lack of knowledge in terms of coping and dealing with stress and dealing with certain things that would take your mental health, in terms of affect your mental health. I don't think that there's a lack of, there's knowledge out there. But it is a good question, and honestly, a response I don't have, because really and truly there's information out there. Would we say that it is back to the household and in terms of socialization, and to say that, you know, parents saying that, you know, when you do this, you do that? It could be that in terms of schools, the information is not really being properly taught in schools. So there's a lot of things that you could be able to touch and say this might be the challenge, but remember that you can't paint everyone the same brush, and each person's experience may be different in terms of why they will go that route.
People of my vintage often hear that, you know, there's a different world from the one you grew up in or the one that you're currently in. And so perhaps at you're 23, there's a different world that's existing that you may not even yet be aware of.
Yes.
But it exists. And it's vibrant because it has its own leadership, it has its own value system. I want to look at the value systems for just a moment. What concerns you about the value systems of young people today? Because for us of my vintage, it feels as though they have departed away from some of the values we held.
I see some merit in that statement. I also believe that young people of today, we are purpose driven. You know, we don't do nothing that if it unless it got purpose. It got some sort. It got to matter. It matter to me. It matter to somebody that I like. That I doing it. It have to have some sort of purpose around it. That may not be in terms of the belief of the generation before. You do it because you had to do it. You understand? So that I think that with time and with the evolution of society, that you will see certain values fade away, and that's just common. Some things that we still have to hold true and dear, and some things that we have to let go.
That we have to let go?
Yeah.
And society simply has to accept?
Because that is the normal evolution. You know that certain things that society before you or the generation before you did and that you didn't do. So that is just the normal course and the evolution of society that we have today. And that is just how life works.
When you sit as a team of young people in the Barbados Youth Development Council to discuss issues surrounding young people and your plans and your programs, what sense of hope do you get?
A lot. Really and truly is that, you know, sometimes when people think about the youth council or the work of young people are sitting and discussing programs and projects, you know, you might come and say that, you know, you might be that educated boy that, you know, that may not have, you know, a clue of what's going on. I want to make it clear that even though I may be educated, I do have a idea of what's going on because of the environment or which I may be that come from. There are young people that you may look at and wonder, you know, that when he ain't got nothing, you know how you look, they might be like mentor or whatever, and that boy has a lot of certificates and is even engaged with them. Up to 2 days ago, he was engaging with someone, and me and him was having that deep conversation on the economy, on what they thought. And if you look at him, you walk past, you will never think that he will have such deep conversations, you know. So that when we sit and discuss programs, we look at how we could affect, a positive effect, young people, no matter if they're rich, the poor, or the in-between. Looking at how we can take young people forward.
What's your newest program that you're most excited about now to launch for 2026?
Well, providing that the Minister of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment keeps his promise to be able to more than double our increase in subvention for the financial year 2026 to 2027 and beyond, one of the things that we would do with that increase is look at how we could be able to launch a digital discount card for young people from 18 to 35. Of course, everyone knows about the BART, but what young people can't get one. You understand? You get what I'm saying? Looking at how we could be able to work with Corporate Barbados and create those youth housing solutions for those young families. You know, there are old people villages or there are villages for certain things, but how we can have those youth villages that allow young people to grow? So looking at how we could be able to support member organizations, whether it be financially or technically, and we could be able to increase the membership of young people. And once you see that increase, you can see young people and their personal development and that continue to rise, and you'll see Barbados go forward.
We're excited about your plans, and we thank you so much for joining us this morning. Caleb Brathwaite, President of the Barbados Youth Development Council. Indeed, lofty plans, but you know, action is what drives those plans at the same time, and I believe that you have the wherewithal to be able to do so. Thank you so much for joining us. All the best.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're very welcome. We're breaking here, folks. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scald presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 7:30 in Barbados this Friday, the 2nd of January 2026. What are you resolved to do differently for this year? What do you hope to do and achieve differently for this year? What do you want to improve upon from last year, this year? All of those things. And so I say to you, let's dance. Put on your red shoes and what's the rest of it like, Kelvin? You don't know that song? But I thought you were a music man like me. Let's dance.
I know the song.
Put on your red shoes.
But I don't know the words.
All right, you're forgiven. Kelvin Carvalho's back with us. And normally he jams with me in music, you know, but somehow he left me alone this morning. That's all right. Olivia, do you know the song?
No, I thought you were going with Wizard of Oz moment. With this red shoes.
Olivia Hall, who's an educator in dance, indeed. And so, Kelvin, as a dance instructor, producer, director, you've you understand dance, you understand movement. And I remember the last time you were here with me last year,
Yes.
you know, I asked you about that. And while you had gone away from doing a lot of dancing, here it is again. We're talking dance.
That's no, yes.
Let's talk about the value of dance. Let's start there.
Well, dance is more than just dance. You know, and dance is something holistic. Dance is a language, right? That a universal language, because you could be speaking French, I speak Spanish, but our movements, that's what we have in common, right? The human anatomy, the gestures, how we sit. You see that I'm talking to you, and you're acknowledging me by a nod. That's movement. Movement also represents a symbol. It's a symbol of life, right? And when a woman is pregnant, and movement doesn't take place then you know. Right, so movement represents life, and it's important that we embrace each moment with movement, and like the lady that was here earlier.
Yes.
Breathe. We need to breathe. We need to move. You know, and notice that I'm saying we. It's not a me. My I is us, our, and we.
Yes.
And the Ubuntu.
I am because we are.
Yes, I am because you are, because I am. You know, and that's the way forward, doing things together. But in movement and the unison and the unity, it takes a certain amount of a synergy that you can't get alone.
Yeah.
You can't get alone. So when people are doing choreographies and they're in a dance, you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, step ball change, paddle ball. So your brain is thinking, right? Yeah. So and the movements are happening. So in terms of your mental, your physical, your emotional, your spiritual, I mean, all of these happen simultaneously, working together, right? And movement, dance is good for even persons, I would say the elderly persons, right? The senior persons within our society, right? To keep their memory, and also we have something called muscle memory, right? Where that sometimes we tend to lose it, but when you go back to it, it's still there. It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, so, and to be honest, we for 2026, I think that Barbadians need to move more, right? And with the statistics of health and the different comorbidities and so on that are happening, right? So dance essentially, I mean, it improves your cardiovascular health, strength, balance, and flexibility while reducing stress, boosting mood, enhancing cognitive functions like memory, focus, building confidence, and fostering social connections.
You're right. Because for me, a member of the audience, it's beautiful to behold.
Yeah, it's a beautiful aesthetic.
Beautiful to behold. And I applaud all of you who can do it so very well, whether it's solo or part of a group. But you know, and even that in itself, it does something for us, the audience as well, Olivia, where we also benefit in a big way, emotionally as well.
Yes, and it's interesting you say emotionally, because within dance there's so many different compartments, there's so many different avenues. So emotional expression and healing comes from dance therapy or therapeutic dance. And just as Mr. Carvalho, no, mind you, I still call him Mr. Carvalho because years ago he was my first dance tutor ever. Yes. And we were just reminiscing about years ago and how vintage his picture was and what he was doing and what so as he mentioned about retention and the mind, dance also, because of repetition, helps with your mind. It connects your mind and your body and extends spiritually and holistically. So something as stress, he mentioned, is something that's very real. And a lot of us go each day not realizing, hey, this moment really had me down, and you don't express it vocally because it's trapped in your body. So then what do? So something as simple as just stretching, that may be able to help you let that out. Or you may go to the gym, that's still movement, or you may go to dance class, or you may just put on a song and just start to move in your kitchen, and that helps release. So dance also is about releasing so that it helps your mood. It really taps into those endorphins. Yeah.
I'm always thrilled to watch our elders at Q in the community.
Yeah.
My gosh, how do y'all do that? So first of all, and second of all, I see on their faces the joy that they have for being able to do that.
Yes.
While overseas last year on vacation, we went to this little establishment, watching people doing line dancing, that kind of thing. And there was a woman who was dancing and moving so beautifully. So much so I was led to have a conversation with her afterwards. And I said, were you into dance before? She says, wouldn't you believe it? This is the first night since over 50 years that I've danced.
Wow.
But she had the muscle memory you talked about.
Muscle
Every
memory.
move looked as elegant as any young person who was dancing. And so I think it's important for our seniors not to sit down
No.
and give in to the aches and the pains and the everything else. Because oddly enough, you don't feel those aches and pains.
No.
No.
Because it's the activation of your mind. You set that intention to be. So once it's locked in, it becomes your own rhythm and flow, and it doesn't matter when you break. It's like that muscle memory. Now, you may feel a little soreness because it's like, okay, my mind, remembers to do this thing, and with age, you take it a step at a time. It's like you go at a slower pace. But when you're really back into that flow, it's a beautiful thing to experience again.
In other words, always work within your capacity.
Yeah.
Always work within your capacity. And so there are a lot of people watching this morning, Calvin, who are going to say, I hear you, but I'm able with that no more. What would you say to them?
But what I would say to them is, okay, Pearson says he is not a mover.
Right.
And he's sitting down here and he's doing serious movement.
We're going to have to start by dance.
Right. He is dancing because he did this.
And he did this actually. He did this as well.
So that's
all that?
Yes. That's you did this. You sat up. You look. And you're making gestures.
I did all of that.
Yes. All of that's movement.
Okay.
Because life is movement. It's flow.
And we do it unconsciously.
We do it unconsciously. Yeah.
Right.
Walking down the street.
Yeah. I
body language.
Well, I'm tired from dancing. But you're right. We do everything we do, and we're not even conscious of it. And perhaps that's a good thing. But sometimes, if you just want to see how far you've come, take some time to consider what you do. You're quite right.
Because if I put music, mute you, put music, and just this interview right now, and put music to it, you'll be amazed.
Yeah.
I dare you.
I will call it the set.
I dare you.
We'll call it the set.
The set.
That's all right. I like that name too.
Yeah.
I dare you. Mute. Get a copy of this, mute it, and put some music to it.
Yes.
And you will choreograph a piece. You
promise
choreography.
that? Yeah.
Promise. It's 2026.
Today's Friday. Can we get that by Wednesday next week?
We can.
Why not? Of course.
T-shirt, you heard that, right?
We
by
can.
Wednesday next week, you'll see Pearson dancing.
Premiering
on
the set.
The set.
Yes.
The set.
I'm holding you all to that here?
Yes.
I'm so
2026.
curious
It's activated.
Yes. And the thing is, what is so beautiful about movement and especially Barbadian vernacular and the language. I mean, even the way we talk and maybe cuss out somebody, I mean, it is colorful. That is who we are as a people, and so in terms of movement, gestures, and walking with rhythm, we talk with rhythm. I mean, some of the rhythms are different, as in, like, you may have a 1 2 3, a 1 2, or you may have a 1 a 1 a 1 a 1 a 1 2 3. So so in terms of the language, the gesturing, and the body, I mean, Pearson, right now I'm seeing you doing a 1 2 3,
Seriously?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And you're talking, and
Don't
it's
spoil my
happening.
surprise. Don't spoil my
Don't,
surprise.
yes, let's not spoil it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tisha, the set.
The
Yeah, the set.
It's coming soon to TV.
Yes.
Yes.
And for 2026, Barbadians, move. Keep moving. And don't become stagnated physically, mentally, spiritually, or emotionally.
No.
Keep moving. Keep expanding. And that expansion should come from within. From within. Once you expand from within, right? Within means mentally, within means within the soul, the spirit, you know. And you'll be amazed to see what you can and will achieve.
Yeah.
Right?
Back to the Q in the community example. Because
yes.
what I've found is I'm seeing more and more people in groups now. And part of the line dancing, they've added some other steps unfamiliar to me.
Some
but
fancy steps.
Yeah, some real fancy steps.
They got some
with
real
fans and that kind of
fancy
thing. So
footwork
they're doing
too.
things, which meant that someone made the decision to formalize their interest.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the dance education here now, and why, while it's a good place to be, it's an important place to be to come to a formal dance class.
Right, because, you know, it's okay to have dance, yes, as a extracurricular activity, something that's fun, edutainment, dance edutainment, yes, but there are some persons who take it a notch up seriously. So when that starts to happen, you see the one in the group who is saying, maybe we should have, all of us should wear the same color. Maybe we should have the fans. Let's invest in shoes. So there's then an activation of purpose with that intention. It's not just to impact myself, but let's holistically, collectively, let's work together. So there's always someone who's going to activate that purpose to do, to take it up another notch.
Listen, look at this fancy dance that Q in the community all year's night.
See?
I call it, because I cannot do that.
Yeah.
And so here it is, we're seeing that there are people of every vintage who are doing dance. The dance doesn't necessarily have to look alike.
No.
But it just has to be movement.
You know what? A perfect example, raindrops or snowflakes. They're all different, but they're still snowflakes, they're still raindrops. And that's, we as human beings, humanity, right? We interpret things differently, right? And I see some beautiful things there happening just now, actually.
Tell me what you saw.
Where there was a lady in a blue dress, and she was back leading.
What does that mean? What does that mean, back leading?
Back leading means that
she was leading him?
She was leading him, but it didn't look that way.
Okay.
It looked as though he was leading.
Y'all could find that spot. I want to see what back leading looks like.
Right, so because we have and it's such a beautiful synergy and relationship that happens there, right, in that social environment where that it brings that balance. So where the guy is not stable enough, the lady leads.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that, you know. And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Where that you can get the male energy and the female energy coming together and making a oneness, a wholeness.
The synergy that you spoke about. Yeah.
And it's so beautiful to watch.
Help me find it. She's the lady in that long blue dress.
Wait.
Is it?
Let me see if it's coming up here now.
Folks, look to this is an education here.
Yeah.
This is a serious set of education here. The back leading.
Where is she?
Don't worry, she might come soon. The back leading, where she took charge of the man. And oftentimes when the man takes charge, you see these things like else.
You see, even there with the guy with the hat here, right?
She was leading him?
She is actually leading him, right? And it looks as though he is leading.
Yeah. Is it that he wasn't as good as she?
Right. But the beautiful thing about it is the relation and the communication between the male and female energy.
And even from observation, there's a lady there in the peach. She's by herself. So even that, to choose, yes, it's okay to choose to still be in a collective space, but still the person that's doing the solo or the individual single movement is still part of the
Right,
group.
right.
Yeah, so
Because you're just enjoying yourself.
You're
Dance,
still
in
enjoy-
other words, just move.
Just move. Exactly.
Move. That's what it's
Yeah.
all about.
Don't
Yes.
stop from moving.
Yeah.
And you know what? Watching that too. Also, we still have this reserved expression, right? And because a guy, he's dancing with the lady, but he is not revealing his emotion, his emotion.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So he's dancing, but
very stoic face.
yes, right. And I for me, if I'm dancing with a female, I am expression. I mean, it's like doing a painting or writing a poem, but you're doing it on the dance floor, you know. And I find that males hold back a lot, and males are afraid to emote. A lot of males are afraid to emote because of the stigma that comes along with it, you know. But one of the most beautiful things, this is what I was told by ladies, is to see a man emote, to see a man not cry, but shed a tear, right? To see a man hold a lady with passion, and not just right, but with purpose, right? And take her somewhere. You know,
yes.
See,
Oh my goodness. You have it. And
I'm
then
glad you all didn't see that.
you had the foot already.
Yes.
I am so glad that the folks at home didn't see it.
Even see, Eric Pearson.
Yes.
That's movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's movement, and I'm telling you, with music, right, and something dramatic too, because your movement is very dramatic. Your movement is large. You may not see it, but when you put that music to it, oh gosh, man, we have a story.
Yeah.
So afraid of what story I'm telling.
Even the inhale and exhale, all of that, you know. Pearson, you just did this.
I get you. We'll take a break here. We're coming back with more in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Listen to me. I need to watch my words because these people listen to me so very carefully. Indeed, Calvin Carvalho and Olivia Hall are with me. Indeed, we're looking at dance and movement and the expression through it all and what it means to you as a person and what it means to your body overall and the joy that it truly brings to your spirit. And that's what dance is also about. It triggers your spirit. They are challenging me to do some dancing this morning and I don't know.
Yeah, you have been dancing all morning.
Yeah.
Y'all too?
You've been warming up.
I've been just warming up.
Yeah, you've been warming up.
I can learn not to dance too.
Pearson just did a port bra arms for us.
Yep.
That's what it's called?
Yes.
Oh, there's a language to all of this?
There's a language as well.
Yes.
So right, to add to what I was saying regarding the dance education, once that level of intention and seriousness is activated, then you start to research what really is this discipline that our dance art, our art that I'm into, what is it? So then you learn the vocabulary, you do technique classes, and by extension, you are already embodying what that is. And then you realize so many things are connected. So you do port de bras, which is from ballet vocabulary, ballet technique. But then when you do like another dance technique or genre, like modern, you realize, wait, this is the same movement. And also the brilliantness regarding, once again, that connection is also in African dance. You realize, okay, wait, my feet are open up to second position, but also I'm contracting and releasing, which comes from another overlayer of maybe another cultural dance form like Cuban dance, or more popular dance styles like hip hop. So it's literally just a connection of each dance style or genre.
Is there a basic genre of dance from which all other dance has evolved?
Right. So
Is it ballet?
in academics, it would be the ballet.
But
then there are persons that would say it can't, African dance.
African dance.
Yes.
For me, everything stems from the motherland.
Yes.
And and how from the languages, from everything that was
from the posture
that was stolen from us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we had to submit and be submissive to the different genres, all that, right? A Eurocentric way of thinking, right? So, hence that's why, like, look at that's like the landship, right? Our ancestors were so brilliant in retaining and being resilient, right? By mimicking the sailors that came with our vocabulary. Right, and here we have it today happening, and I really want to compliment the NCF and the Youth Empowerment for producing programs where the landship now is.
You can be certified.
You can be certified.
The National Cultural Foundation, they have like certification in Barbados landship, and it's brilliant to see not only educators, not just dance educators, but from primary school, they maybe teachers may be teaching like English. They just want persons in the community who really want to be part of that conversation regarding cultural dance. Yeah.
And I'm glad you said that because it really is a conversation.
Yeah.
Somehow y'all are able to understand each other, you know, without say the words that I know, the English language that I know, through a different kind of discussion. And that's what the training in dance allows as well. You don't have to necessarily be trained to become a professional dancer. You just want to be able to get it right and have cleaner lines and all the rest of it as well. And that's the beauty of it, the walking up. Though a lot of people have a concern about walking up.
Well, walking is one of the most beautiful art forms. Right, and again, we have been conditioned, right, to think that bucking up is something ugly, is vulgar, but you see the Indians using the hip, there's nothing vulgar about that. You see the different forms of how people accentuate the torso and the hips and so on, and there's nothing wrong with expressing that, right? It is when you paint it now, right? Because all that's a canvas, right? But when you paint it now with the other things within society, that makes it ugly.
Yeah, we give it a different definition.
Yes.
I got a song for y'all. You're gonna dance.
Yes.
Okay.
You're gonna dance with me.
We're ready.
Hit it.
Let's hear it.
You remember the motif?
Your motif is this.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a nice groove.
Carried me on paper.
See? Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a stranger.
What am I doing?
Promise to be brave.
So we're building.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with your quarter bra arm. Go. 7 and 1, 5, 6, 7. Shoulders. Cross. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3. Look at this.
Person is dancing.
From the top. Let's see from the top. What's next?
Crossing it.
Whoa, I'm dancing, Peter.
Yeah. And you're even standing, you're just sitting.
Whoa, but it's exercise. Bring me a rag.
Water break.
And it's as simple as that. And anyone of any capacity can do that.
Can do
I
it.
think.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. As firmed as you might think yourself out, even if it's just to move the shoulders, just a little bit, and over time the movement allows it to be a lot more flexible for you to be able to do a lot more.
Correct.
And just the crossing of the arms and the port-a-what?
Port-a-bra.
Port-a-bra. Opens up the chest.
Yes,
It gives you an
that's
emphasis to your posture as well, because then it forces your torso to come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your port-a-bra,
Yeah.
which is quite good.
Yes.
And it also then builds your confidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Keep heading in my direction.
Yeah.
See, I'm reading you
You're like,
already.
okay, I can
do this.
I can do
achieve
this.
the world. The
I
world
can
is
achieve
mine.
the world is mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, a lot of times the animals did that too. And we learned that from the animals, I believe, because they tend, especially the peacock, he postures himself.
Yeah.
Tail goes up.
Yep.
And then suddenly he's all beautiful for the woman. And
Yeah.
so that's what it's all about. And so the more we do this, the better we are.
How do you feel right now, Pearson, after that?
You want me to tell you?
True.
Not burnt out.
Listen up on the words of my mouth, I will tell you. But because I like soca, and I don't just like, I love soca, you know, it does something to the spirit. But I could feel the body, I could feel the movement, I feel the benefit from that movement as well. I'm being honest with them, I'm just calling blank words because I could.
Yeah.
That makes me feel a lot more energized.
You're right.
Energized. And once we find our favorite music, we can do our favorite thing to our favorite music, and we can have a really good life.
Yes.
Thereafter,
Yes.
and that's what it's
Yes.
about.
That's what it's about.
And you feel a lot more confident now.
Because I dance on TV.
Because you dance on national TV.
Mommy, forgive me. I dance on TV. You know, and that's what it's about. And because there's so many different genres in music, there's so many different genres in dance
Yes.
as well. So it's to find that thing that works for you, formalize the lessons in it. And if you're not really sure about how to make movements, sign up for a class.
Yes.
Sign up for a class.
Yes.
That's what this is all about.
And this one thing that I must lobby for the dance educators and for dance in the future, in that we have dance being taught in preschools, we have dance being taught at primary schools. We also have dance at CXC level. In secondary schools, we also have the associate degree at
Barbados Community College.
All of that.
Then we have
And then
dance
at
at the
University.
University of the West Indies, right? And we need to be able to make a living from what we do. Same way how somebody will go and do medicine, and they study medicine for 5 years. The dancer does the same thing. But when he or she leaves university, then what? Right? Dance needs now to be not just an extracurricular activity, but it needs to be one of the main stapletons on the timetable, because it helps. It has. From my experience, Pearson, I have seen the children who do well and who do exceptionally well. They are into the arts.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're quite right.
Because I've had students before where they will be getting ready for CXCs or, for example, common entrance, and the parents never took them out of dance, but the dance helped them to really stay on the path of excellence, on the path of, okay, I can achieve this in my studies and also be able to still go to dance class.
You're quite right.
It really helps them to pivot and manage in that pressuring moment, and they excel.
So if I want to be better at what I do, then I need to get into a dance class. Sold. Calvin Carvalho, Olivia Hall, indeed. We looked at dance and movement and what it brings to the soul and the spirit and the body and everything else. So make 2026 your year of dance. Let's see if we can do a little more dance in 2026, and you'll see the tremendous benefits that flow therefrom. Thank you, both of you.
Thank you so much.
You're very
It's been a
welcome.
Thank you so much.
And my little crew joins me in saying to all of you, thank you too as well, and be it the will of the Lord, we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You energy, have no time for waste, man. Move that away. No with them bad vibes, why? No with them bad vibes, why? No with them bad vibes, bye-bye. No with them bad vibes, bye-bye. No with them bad vibes, why? No with them bad vibes, why? No with them bad vibes, bye-bye. No with them bad vibes, bye-bye. If you're looking for flawless, when you see me around, find me when you solve it, 'cause I can hear a sound. No, we've been bad vibes, right?